G'day again. This video is looking at how we measure the center. How we measure the center of data. So we'll call it measures of center. And what they are is the mean, the median, and the mode. Okay, so I'll explain more in a second. But what we're doing is, if we're given a bunch of numerical data, does it have to be numerical data? For mode it doesn't, but anyway, I'll come back to it. If we've got a bunch of data, then we want to know what was the most popular response, or what was the average response for a bunch of numerical data. This will just tell us what is sort of happening, what's in the middle, what's the most average normal thing that happened. And I'll go through them one at a time. So the one that you probably already know the most is the mean, which is also called the average. And how you find the mean is equal to, you add up all the data values. So you just add them up, plus, 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 and then you divide it by the number of data values. And let me show you what I mean. Okay, so for an example, if you had, let's do heights again. No, I'll do something with a smaller number. Let's do ages. So if you had a bunch of people and you asked them what their ages were, and this is what they said: 5, 10, someone said 12, there was a 17-year-old there, a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. Let's say you had that many people and you wanted to know what the average was. So the mean, and we sometimes, or we don't sometimes, we always write it as x bar. So this just means the average of all the x's of all the data values is equal to, we add them up, 5 plus 10 plus 12 plus 17 plus 9 plus 6, we add them all together, and then we divide by how many data values there were. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we divide that by 6. What's that equal to? Let me go to my trusty calculator, and what do we have? So we do 5 plus 10 plus 12 plus 17 plus 9 plus 6 equals 59, and then we divide by 6 equals, and there's your average there, 9.83 recurring. So that's equal to 9.83. That's the average age of all those people. That's the average age, so the middle, the center of all those ages. Great, hope that makes sense. Okay, now let's do the median. I wonder if I can squeeze it in all on this page. I'll see how I go. Okay, the median, because I might just use these ones again. Median, and the median is the middle number, or whatever you're going to call it. Okay, the middle number. So to find the median, firstly, you have to put the numbers in order. Put the numbers in order, and just to make it obvious, make it smallest to largest. Smallest to largest, and then you have to figure out the middle number. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to use hash meaning number, okay? Figure out the middle number. Let's do an example of that, okay? So an example, let's do 5, 8, 2, 1, 17, 3 and 9. Okay, so they're the numbers that we want to find the median of, and let's say that these are ages as well. Let's just do ages, okay? So I've got a bunch of ages. Okay, so what we have to do first is to change them so that they're in order from smallest to largest. So let's do it. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 5, just yell out if I make a mistake, 8, 9, 17. Yep, all good. Fantastic. And now we have to find the middle number, the number that's sitting in the middle. And there's a couple of tricks for this, but I'll mention them later, okay? So one common way to be able to figure out what the middle number is just to sort of work from the outside inwards. So if we start from the outside, there's the two outside numbers, cross them off. And the next two numbers, we'll cross them off. And then the next two numbers, we'll cross them off. And what number's in the middle? 5. So the median is 5. So in this case, the center of these, in other words, the middle number, the most normal number that's in here is 5. Now, this is lovely if you've got an odd number of data points as we had here, because it's nice and good. But let's say if our ages were the same as above, let's just do another example. Yeah, let's just do the same, but let's throw a spanner in the works. 17, 3, 9, and 11. Okay, so we've added another one. Someone else has come along and we've gone, oh, we better put you into the data. And they come and say, oh, I'm 11 years old. It's like, all right, we'll put you in. So here we go. Let's do it again from smallest to largest. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, and 17. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what we'll do is the same as last time. We'll cross out the outside ones, cross out the outside ones, cross out the outside ones. We're sort of whittling our way down. And then but we're left with 2. So which one is it? Is it this one here, the 5, or this one here, the 8? And what we're looking for is the middle value. And so neither of these is a middle value. It's actually halfway in between here. Can you see how the middle value is halfway between the 5 and the 8? That would give us 4 numbers on either side of that number. And so what do? Then we actually take the average of those two numbers for our median. Okay? So in this case, the median is equal to the average. So 5 plus 8 divided by 2. 5 plus 8 is 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. 6.5, which is halfway between 5 and 8. And so that's how you calculate the median when you've got an even number of data points. Hope that makes sense. We'll go through it more in class. The last measure of center is the mode. The mode is pretty simple. This is just the most popular. In other words, when you're looking at a bunch of data, which one came up the most? Whoops. Which data point came up the most? So let's say we did favorite Xbox game, and this person said Minecraft, this person said Portal, this person said Minecraft, this person said, I just can't think of any other Xbox games off my hand. Command and Conquer. This person said Minecraft. This person said Portal. And this person said Command and Conquer. Alright, so there's our data. Then the mode is the most popular response. So we had 1, 2, 3 people say Minecraft. We had 2 people say Command and Conquer and 2 people say Portal. So therefore, the mode, in other words, the most popular response is Minecraft. So that one's nice and easy. You just figure out which one was answered the most. And that's the mode. And that's all I was going to say. There was just one more thing. So they're all measure of center. So that's give you sort of the most average or the most normal response. I just want to also, because I don't want to make a whole video about it, a measure of spread. Okay, and this just tells you, out of all the data, how different were all the answers. Were all your answers really spread out really wide, or were they all sort of bunched all together? And I'll just sort of give you an example, and I'll just define it first. So our range is the measure of spread that we say, and the range is just how far is it from your biggest value to your smallest value. And what we do is we say, what is the maximum value minus the minimum value? So that's how we find our range. Let me give you a couple of examples. year-olds. Okay, so find the range of this. So 10. Let's do. I'm just going to be really boring for today. Let's do ages 10, 11, 10, 12, 15, a 9, a 10, 11, and a 13. Okay, so find the range of this data set. And so range just tells you how far apart are all of them. How many? Did you get a big variation in the ages in your group or not? So the range is equal to the max minus the min. So let's just have a look. What was the maximum value here? Well, the biggest value in Hall here was 15, and what was the smallest value? 9. So that's equal to the max minus the min. So that's equal to 6. In other words, the difference between the biggest and the smallest value is 6. That's all the range is. Another one, let's do ages again. In this next survey, these are the values. You had a 66-year-old here, had a 9-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 37-year-old, a 70-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old. Let's just do 40, okay? So again, what's your guess here? Do you think you've got a bigger spread of ranges? In other words, a bigger variation of ranges between all the people? It looks like it, doesn't it? Oh, this one looks like you went to maybe a high school or a primary school, somewhere in there where it's all the same sort of ages for kids here. They're very, very similar. Whereas here, they're all over the place, and so you'd expect a bigger range. In this one, your range is equal to your max minus your min. Your maximum age here is 70. Your minimum age here is 2, and so your range here is 68. In other words, the difference between the biggest and smallest is 68 years. And it'll sort of give you an idea. Yes, this data set here is much wider. It has a much bigger spread than this one here. Hope that makes sense. See ya.